Hey, hello everyone. So I was not expecting to be live early, but probably I was pressing the wrong button. But here we go. I am live, and I don't know if I'm rendering well because I see myself a bit like shaky um, in my browser. So I'm trying, hoping that by closing some tabs and some stuff, I will be able to be less shaky. But it is what it is. So I'm going to go with the flow. How are you feeling, everyone? I am audible in LinkedIn and YouTube, hopefully. And so let me check on YouTube my audience. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am live. Yes. And so I am going also to go to my Goblin's room in case if anyone is interested to join live. This session will last exceptionally 35 minutes maximum. It started at 22, so it's okay. We are starting early. So thank you so much, everyone. And as always, I'm really blessed to give some nuggets. And also feel free to support me by buying me a coffee, coffee.com/holylyrics. You can also scan your QR code. So co-fi.com/holylyrics. And because I'm giving some nuggets, and here right now I'm going to share my room. This is Gobran's room, and I would say as the amazing video we produced, Emmanuel produced and we shared. This is my Go branch, and so it's in constant improvement. And this is the chat. This is the command and control. And what's interesting is that we can go further, discover my videos and my other rooms. And so I'm really blessed. So feel free to go there, gobranju.com/ReFrenchYourBrain. If you want to talk with me live and ask any question live, else you can also ask your question in LinkedIn or in YouTube. I'm going right now to see if I am audible and live on LinkedIn. Hopefully that the message that I receive in LinkedIn will come directly through Restream. And so I am blessed to be live and to be audible in LinkedIn. Hopefully, let's see. Yes. So feel free to go there to have a live interaction with me while I am live for 35 minutes maximum. And so else, feel free also to ask any question through YouTube or LinkedIn, and also the replay team. Whenever you are watching, few minutes after the show, few hours, few days, few weeks, few months, few years, or even few decades, I might not be able to reply to you if you are listening to me in 2074. I don't know, but maybe my AI will reply to you. Who knows what's going through about that, or my hologram? We never know. So here I'm going right now to share my link tree. So go to linktree/French, and then you can see what I'm preparing right now. I was in the show with Peggy two hours ago, the podcast Voice of the Plaza with the podcast that you can see here. And I'm going to share some nuggets out there. Here, les morceaux choisis here, some selected pieces out there.
Grasp it where it's not so hard because to me when I think of learning another language I get like I'm like it's hard, so talk about that, how you came about doing that. Is it like kind of naturally how you learn language and you learned how to teach people, or how did that come about?
Well, let me unpack for you a little bit quick, but a little bit my journey. So in 2019, end of 2019, I was having a contract ended in the space, and I was finding myself to the language path. And then I discovered trainer's training, discovered some aspects pedagogical that I was not understanding, and then in 2022, I discovered my new community. that is new language. Effective language coaching, new language, new heart. There are lots of things into the umbrella of effective or efficient language coaching. And it's using neuroscience plus the coaching structure to allow the learners to be autonomous. Because what I see on, and I can rant for hours, so I will be quick, but what I see right now on the school system that I really crave to see change is the fact to see the sage on stage, the teacher, the provider information, and then picking his brain to transfer into other brain, like the best synonym I see is lobotomy, but it's not really lobotomy, but there is a way to engage the learners for their autonomy. And so I came to this acronym of JAM, joy, autonomy, and motivation. Motivation is like motivation and vision. But it has to be neuroscience, brain-friendly, whatever, brain-friendly teaching, brain-friendly coaching, to integrate the aspect of the neuroscience, to know that there is the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex. I'm not going too much to the details about that, but this is what is fascinating to me, because it's about really giving the power also to the learner, not giving them the fish, but telling them, oh, how do we fish? And before you come to another question, I would like also to rant a little bit about this sad thing that we say, oh, we need native speakers, like, for teachers and coaches, they have to be native speakers of the language. Of course, it's reassuring to envision someone who is speaking the language that you want to learn for decades. But at the same time, learners that learn new languages, I think, are able even to become even better teachers, because it's fresh in their memories. They know how it came from. Us, we have to relearn. Oh, is da 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 da. It's automatic in our brain, but where does it come from? And it's really important to say that fresh, recent learners that are learning a language are equal talented as native speakers, because especially even they are knowing the language. It's fresh in their brain. So as it's fresh, they can explain to you, oh, because it comes from this and this, rather than to the native speaker who was learning that 30, 40 years ago, in my case. That's why I'm really happy to relearn French, because it's also another saying that I am not an ambulatory dictionary. There are things that I still learn in French, in my native language. So that's it. That's in a nutshell. Feel free also to watch the video. I am also providing the link, for instance, to a link tree here. I'm going to share my screen once again to my link tree. And then in there, you see Ravioli shares their voice. I finally was able to compile 7 shows. So here you see in this tab, the X-Mind. Through X-Mind, it's a mind map. And I'm sure that Tuba will be amazed about that. So Ravioli shares their voice, and it's from 2023 to 2024. Like today is the last with Peggy. But I came to share my story and my voice already near 2 years ago. Like it was 20 months ago through Susanna Dawn. So again, my gratitude to all amazing humans who accepted to share their space for me to share my story. Susanna Dawn, Kevin Moreau, Aaron Gibson, CJ, aka Dr. Constance Leland during the Level Up 50 Inspirational Connection of last year. And then, of course, Omar M. And then Ruth Hedge. And the last one, Peggy. I think I was also part of the Hands of Business, but I don't remember really truly another session. But if I forget one, let me know in the DM. But here are my 7 sessions that I was sharing my story, my passion, my language passion. So out there, I'm going now to check if I have any question on the chat. I don't see anyone right there in my Go Brunch room. I'm still sitting there, waiting people to join. Also sitting there in my restream, checking if there are any question through YouTube or through LinkedIn. And if you are in the replay team, let me know. I can also reply to your question through your comments. So I'm trying now to be consistent. Each Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. and each Thursday at 3:30 p.m. And each Monday at 3:30 p.m. I'm going to run shows. Of course, life is lifing, and I might have to cancel one day or I have to postpone for another hour, earlier or later. But I'm doing my best to be consistent. This is my really challenge about my energy, because I am a supporter. I am creating the sessions like 2 or 3 hours before, and now I'm trying to force myself to say, okay, let's plan and craft the session 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks in advance. So right now I can declare to you, my hand on my heart, that I'm doing the best, and that each Monday, each Wednesday, and each Thursday, I will hold the space for you. And at the same time, I will declare that if there is no interaction, no people saying hello, no question, no people on my Go Burn room, then I will probably end this session after 25 or 30 minutes. But this is the 3 occasions each week to tap into my knowledge. So today I'm going to talk about some words in French. And I was talking about the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which are in English 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And is written SEPT. And there is in Belgium French 70, which is in France 70. In Canada, in Switzerland, in Africa, it might be always 70. But in Belgium French, it's 70. I never know why they say like 60, 16 to say 76 instead of 76. That's my year of birth, by the way. 1976, 1976. If I am in Belgium and that someone is in Belgium and they are saying 1976, I will understand that they are coming from outside Belgium, from France. So if you are enjoying and learning French and learning an language, adapt to the locality. Of course, you can learn the Spanish Spain way and go to Brazil, not Brazil, but go to, I don't know, let's say Argentina, and speak the Spanish of Spain in Argentina, or in the Spanish of Mexico in Spain. But they will understand because there are not only one French, one English, one Spanish, one Portuguese. There are Frenches, Englishes, Spanishes, Portugueses, and it varies through locality. There are words that are existing only in Canada and not in everywhere in the world. Words that exist only in Belgium, words that only exist in Africa. Compétir doesn't exist anywhere else than in some countries of Africa. And I was really pretty amazed a few months ago when I was realizing that there are more French locutors in Congo than in France. Yeah, France, 70 million people, but Congo, there are more than 70 million people speaking French. So French is not only belonging to France. That was my ranting about some months ago, Jean-Luc Mélenchon telling that we should also rename the langue française, because it doesn't belong anymore to France, because we are also speaking French in Belgium, in Switzerland, in Montreal, in Africa, in every part of the world. And so just to let you know that if you are learning a language, it's really an important question for you to ask yourself, where do I want to practice this language? If it's in Argentina, that you are sure, then it's better to listen to radios in Argentinian Spanish. If it's in Spain, Madrid, then it's good to listen to radio in Spain or in Madrid. And by the way, in Spain, there is also Catalan, there is also Basque, um, and Gallego. Like in Switzerland, there is aside English, which bonds every country languages. In Switzerland, there is French, but there is also German and Italy. And I will not be really surprised if the Italian language of Switzerland could vary a little bit from the Italian language of Italy. Then the German language of Switzerland or of Austria is varying a little bit about the German of Germany. And of course, I know that the French of Switzerland is varying about the French of France. So just to let you know that French is not only tied to France, the France way. And I never understand why they say 76 instead of 70, but it's the way. Like 97 instead of 97. You know, 97, less than 0.8 seconds. 97, that's a little longer. So imagine. So that's it. We are already on the 16 minutes. So right now I'm going to have an interact, eating my chocolate right now in front of you. I have the best chocolate. It is in fact not from Belgium. The best chocolate is from Trinidad and Tobago. That's really my wink message to Yanneke from Trinidad, who was giving me Trinidad chocolate. 99%, by the way. It's not chocolate that you have to you can buy it, because you have to grate them to make hot chocolate. But this one is 74%. And so I'm happy. So right now I'm going to share some music. So here is my Suno, and I'm going to share your song. And this is apropos because I will talk about my new program framework that I'm building behind the scenes. I can already send you some details, but here I'm going to talk about CISO. This is the song for today, which is CISO. And let me just check out there. So I have 49 songs, by the way. Okay. So here is the CISO song, and I'm going to share you that. Keep shining and be back very soon.
From Fletch to CISO, let's take flight today. 7 letters sharp to cut the old way. C for cognitive, think with clarity. I for inhibitory, move with sincerity. Avec les ciseaux, nous coupons les peurs. La prononciation devient notre bonheur. Chaque lettre compte, chaque son précis. Dans l'apprentissage, tout devient permis. Cut through, with CISO we rise. Snip away the doubt that clouds our eyes. 7 letters dancing, pronunciation's key. Join the training now and you'll be free. S for strategic, plan your every sound. E for executive, functions profound. A for adaptive, bend but never break. U for universal, languages will take. La pronuncia è musica, dolce melodia. Ogni parola scorre con armonía. La pronunciación es un arte sutil. Cada sonido fluye como un río gentil. But wait, there's more. 3 letters hide in plain sight. L for learning, shining so bright. O for observation, watching every move. R for repetition and relationships groove. Pronúncia e dança, ritmo do coração. Cada letra viva em nossa canção. Die Aussprache ist Kraft, Melodie und Klang. Jeder Laut ein Schritt zum Erfolg entlang. Cut through procrastination with these shining shears. Slice away perfection and all your fears. Chop down doubt forever, let confidence grow. With CISO training, watch your language flow. Horizontal linguistic cultures we embrace. 7 letters strong, pronunciations grace. From French to the world, let's learn and play. CISEAUX, CISO training starts today. Rejoignez-nous maintenant, la formation commence avec CISO. Tout devient évidence. Come on everybody, let's cut through the night. Cut through. CISO training makes everything right. CISO. Learning, observation, repetition, relationship. LORRRR. Join us now for this amazing trip. All together, let's go. Ready to cut through to success. Join the CISO training and transform your pronunciation journey with cognitive strategies, inhibitory control, strategic thinking, executive functions, adaptive learning, universal principles, and linguistic awareness, plus the hidden power of learning, observation, repetition, and relationship.
Wow, amazing. So we are still live. I don't know if there are any message. I don't see right now comments or questions in message. Feel free also to be part of the replay team and to ask any question. Engagement is critical about learning, by the way. If you want to learn, you can engage and participate and learn. And so right now I am going to do some nuggets. Set is a number like 7 and SEPT, but we don't pronounce sept. The only way that you pronounce set, you pronounce set like SET. Sept, I never hear someone who say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sept. It's always I hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But then 70, septante. We don't say septante. Really, I really aware, I think. So septante, because then it's the PT is there. So sometimes the letters are silent in between, or sometimes they are silent at the end. It's like knife. So anyone who says that French might be complex, yeah, I agree. French is a complex language. Yeah. But also English is also a complex language, especially with the modal verbs and the silent sound, because we don't say knife, we say knife, and we don't say knight, we say night, with the GHT night, like NITE, even the E is silent, night. By the way, the night. And we don't say knit. We say like knit is NKNIT. We don't say knit. We say knit. So same in French, and that's why I'm really blessed now to talk about a bit more CISO. Going first to share my link tree, because then there is the map that I was creating. It's still improving. So if you go to my link tree, feel free to bookmark also the link tree page so that you can go to the mind maps and the links that you are seeing in the link tree. And now I'm going to say to our glimpse to my CISO framework, and it's not completed, but here is the visual. CISEAUX, which is pronounced in French CISEAUX. So I know French is not easy, and then there is the O. I was thinking first the framework was oiseau, because oiseau is a word that is meaning bird. I love birds, by the way, but oiseau is the shortest word containing all the vocals A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U. But then the C is really important, because CA it's K, CE it's SE, CI is C, CO is CO, and CU is Q. But there is comment ça va, and it's CA, but the C with the CCD. So C is really important, as the S for the plural, and the X. For instance, CISO is the plural word, like scissors. By the way, it's really rare that we have one CISO. It's coming by pairs, like shoes and socks. And so CISO in the plural, or EAUX, it's not EAUZ. Probably there might be some rare exceptions, but normally the letters that finishes by EAU, always having having the plural, like with the X. Oiseau, bateau, chateau, chameau, chapeau, etc. Beau. So yeah, O is water, by the way. EAUX or EAU, de l'eau. Je veux boire de l'eau. I want to drink water. So this is the mind map that I'm going to offer for free. It's my nugget. And welcome to the mind map that is growing. And so feel free also, by the way, I'm segueing that because I offer these sessions for days, weeks, months, years for free. So feel free also to buy me a hot chocolate. Go to coffee.com/Oli Dirix, and then you can buy me a coffee. Really send me some hot chocolate love. And so here I am going to close my share. Do I have anyone comment on? We are under 26 minutes, and to recognize and honor my boundaries, I'm going to end this show right now. So bye from now, and keep shining, everyone, and see you. The next time will be Monday. So Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. These are my new dates, and I'm going also to provide a link to my Luma calendar so that you can subscribe and see. Maybe I have a surprise session. Who knows? But until then, the sessions will always be airing on Mondays, Thursdays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So see you next Monday.